Hello everyone. So, in last week's episode, I basically laid out my self-analysis of where I'm at. It's important to have a start to the journey and keep track of where you're going every step. So, may have focused quite a bit on the negative side of everything, but I just wanted to make sure, I established of what I'm going to be working on and how I honestly feel at the time. So, yeah. So during the week, what I've been working on is my beliefs and my values, and I'm also continuing working on sleeping more. So, essentially, the beliefs and my values, I've been following the Tony Robbins formula for that, where I sort of take the feelings and emotions that I try to move towards, and the ones that I try to move away from, and I map them out into my preferences. So I'll just go through the top two. And so the ones I move towards is security, and number two is comfort and peace. So what that means is that for security, I've got certain rules to say how I feel this certain feeling. So knowing that I'm safe from physical pain and emotional anguish, that no one is going to do wrong by me. I'm physically comfortable. I have a place to live with all the necessities and things like that. And so that's security. Next, I've got comfort and peace. So comfort and peace is nothing's challenging me. Everyone is happy with me. There's no conflicts. I don't have any tight time restrictions on things like I'm working on, and I can handle everything in my own pace, and that I'm in control and I'm managing everything. So these two, from an entrepreneur's perspective, are definitely blockers. So these two things that I try to move towards, if I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, that's not going to work. So they're two things that definitely need to change. But that's where I'm at the moment. So it's good to recognise that these states need to be changed. Now, the emotions that I try to move away from are guilt and loneliness. So guilt is knowing that I've caused someone else pain or hardship or annoyance, knowing that I lied or was dishonest. I'm confronted by someone by not delivering what I promised, and I'm accused of something negative. So there's certainly things in there that, once again, from an entrepreneur's perspective, that's big warning signs. So these need to change. So, yeah. And then loneliness is, knowing that, or for me to feel loneliness, that because I don't have someone to share intimate things with, that if there's someone specific that I want to spend some time with, I'm not able to, and things like that. So there's some of my rules towards feeling lonely. So there's some things in there that definitely need to change, and there's certainly some states that I need to have goals for, as well as anti-goals for, or move away from. So that's definitely some work there. I'm still going through the process of mapping those out and what they mean. So that's still some work to do there. Yeah. The other big thing was my goal towards sleeping more. And how I was doing that is I worked out my why I want to do this. And I've also got some moving away from and moving towards goals or states there, and like my whys. So things like, just bring this up. Things like improve my mental endurance for the day, that I have more physical energy, so I have momentum for the next habits that I'll be improving upon, and things like I'm moving away from is the loss of fitness and good looking body, constant lack of focus because I'm burnt out, the lack of consistency and routine, as every day was a new exercise that I didn't sleep. Every day was a new excuse because I didn't sleep. Things like that. So I've also set some metrics. I had certain hours that I wanted to have as targets to sleep. Ultimately, I wanted to sleep 6 hours each, so that's 42 hours a week. So I kept track of that. Now, one of the ways I did that was through a tracking software called Beeminder, and what its objective is that you have a goal and you report to it every day, and if you don't hit that goal after a certain time, it penalises you, and the way it does that is it starts to charge you your credit card, and basically you're making donations to the platform. So it's in your best interest to keep that goal active, otherwise, it's just going to charge you incrementally more and more every time you break your promise to yourself. So using that to keep track of how many hours I was sleeping every night. But one of the things I found was that I was not going to sleep before 12, which is a big factor. So I decided to add another Beeminder type goal, and that's where I was going to keep track of how long after midnight I was going to go to bed. So I set myself a goal to say, okay, I'm going to go to bed at midnight, or try for midnight every night, but I gave myself a buffer of 120 minutes for the week. So if I go to bed at 12 past midnight, I would take 12 and put that as it sort of goes towards the penalty mark. So I've got to keep it as low as possible. So if I go to, so that 12 minutes, and then another 12 minutes, another 12 minutes, so forth, adds up, and I've got 2 hours basically set for the whole week that I can go past midnight. It also works the other way, so if I go to bed earlier, before midnight, then I get that as like time in the bank. So yeah, they're the things I've been working on. So this is my little stop-in report. Look forward to next Sunday night, where I'll probably be recording this from the Gold Coast on a little mini personal retreat holiday thing. So looking forward to it. Okay, this is me signing out.